I was on 2020, and I had a very successful career. 2020 was very highly rated. I was the senior producer and one of the managing editors of the program. Had an 8-year run. I had an 8-year run. It was 1985. I had been very close to Roone Arledge, the president of ABC News. We were rocking and rolling. That show really was catapulting to great success. 15 years I had been at ABC. And to make a long story short, we wanted to do a story about the alleged relationship between Marilyn Monroe, the sex symbol of her time, and Robert Francis Kennedy, the Attorney General of the United States, and maybe even his brother, the 35th President of the United States, John F. Kennedy. Sexual relationship, intimate relationship. What was the relationship? The story was going to be reported by Sylvia Chase, a dear friend and colleague of mine, and it was spiked. It was spiked by Roone Arledge, and we all complained about it. And
why did he spike it?
He spiked it, we thought. Now, he said he spiked it because it was gossip, not news reporting.
What was in the report?
The report alleged that there was, I mean, with all of the mob connections and the inference was there was a lot more to that story, the Marilyn Monroe Kennedy story, than many people had been reporting. We had new information. Sylvia was going to go with it. Roone spiked it. We alleged that he spiked it because Roone was best friends with Ethel Kennedy at the time, the widow of the late great Attorney General. We complained about it. Hugh Downs, Barbara Walters, and I, the three of us, Hugh Downs was my co-host, or co-host with Barbara. I was the lead correspondent. We vowed that we would go together and we would complain about what Roone did, spiking the story. So P.S., when the push came to shove, I was like the only one who stuck my neck out and complained. Roone, who had been my best friend and my mentor for 15 years, and I love him, he said goodbye.
The three of you did not end up going to him, you're saying? Only you did?
Only I did.
And you said Roone had no integrity.
That may have been the broadest, interpretation of that. That's certainly the way Roone saw it. It wasn't the way I intended it. What I intended it saying was that we needed journalistic freedom and that there was a legit story and we should have let it air.
He fired you.
He fired me.
How many network executives would have fired you in that situation? You were at ABC.
Well,
NBC, CBS have done this?
I can't answer that, Will. What I can say is that the great producer guys, the guys like Roger Ailes and Roone Arledge, the seminal figures in broadcasting, they put a lot of stock in personal relationships. In other words, if I say to you, I'll never screw you, then you can never screw them, and they'll never screw you. It's almost like a blood oath. It's something that you go to the grave with, and Roone definitely saw that I had betrayed that blood oath by me saying to the public, to People magazine, I remember very well, that I thought the story was spiked in a way that was inappropriate. I had betrayed a confidence and a friendship and a loyalty that had lasted a decade and a half. He had been my mentor at ABC.
Do you regret it?
Oh, I regretted it tremendously. I mean, not just because he fired me. I regretted it because I should have gone to Roone. I should have gone to Roone Arledge and say, Roone, you can't do that.